Mark Zuckerberg is telling these woke far-left boycotting companies to go pound sand. He's not going to change policies just because you're threatening him with a boycott. Mark Zuckerberg even went on to say, you know what? They'll be back. And everybody started clapping and cheering, and he stood there nodding with his arms crossed. And all the conservatives were like, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, you stand up against hate speech. What, a day after Facebook announced policy changes to quell the advertiser revolt? Okay, you know what? Spare me the story. Mark Zuckerberg, here's what he's doing. He's juggling right now because he doesn't know which faction is going to win come November. And he's worried about what that means. You see, we have this story here. What Mark Zuckerberg says and does are two different things, and I find it kind of hilarious. It is true. He did tell these big companies to go pound sand, right? He's not going to change policies. And then he told people who work there that, you know what, they'll eventually be back. But this story is from just the other day. So what about this story? Facebook policy changes fail to quell advertiser revolt. What really happened is that the boycotts came. Mark Zuckerberg said, okay, well, we're gonna change some of the rules. And they said, we want more. And then Mark Zuckerberg said, you know what? Nah, I'm done. I'm out. Because maybe Mark realized there is no line. They'll come to you and say, we want you to ban this. And I'll go, okay, fine, I'll ban it. Oh, well, now ban this. Okay, I'll ban that too. Now ban that one. Sure, now ban these. No, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to keep banning everything. And if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And there's no line. There's none. What they actually want is all the way to the far left. So far to the left, it's like up against the wall. And you're like in the middle. And so they're like right there. Now move a little bit. Now take another step back. Okay, now take another step back. And if you keep going, eventually you're right there with the far left. Well, let's see what the latest story is. Business Insider reports. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg told employees last week that the company would not change its approach on hate speech, even with scores of advertisers boycotting the platform. We're not going to change our policies or approach on anything because of a threat to a small percent of our revenue. Woo! Getting spicy. Small percent. Or to any percent of our revenue, Zuckerberg said during a virtual town hall on Friday. My guess is that all these advertisers will be back on the platform soon enough. He said, according to the information, adding that the boycott was a reputational and partner issue rather than a financial one, because most of Facebook's revenue comes from small businesses and not large brands. Bravo, good sir. I appreciate what Mark Zuckerberg is doing here. You see, I don't appreciate what he did recently, where he said they were going to ban, ads targeting immigration and stuff like that, because that's political. But I said this for a long time. When the adpocalypse comes for Google or whatever, it was so annoying that YouTube would be like, oh no, what do? We better just bend over. No, what you do is you weather the storm and you laugh. It's funny how powerful Facebook and Google have become, and they're still scared of a little advertiser boycott. Well, Facebook's not worried because small businesses drive Facebook ad revenue. That's good news for Facebook, I guess. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, mind you. But this is what was always funny to me. These big advertisers would go to YouTube and be like, I can't believe our ads would appear on this video. Google need only say, oh yeah, you're upset? You want us to change? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to terminate your account so you can never advertise on Google again. And you know what those companies would say? I'll be good. I mean, that's a problem with Google's monopoly power. The funny thing is, Google flexes its monopoly power against us and then says nothing to these advertisers. Google, when you got a monopoly, you got a monopoly. Okay, so they control the space where we can publish. There's very few platforms where you can actually reach a large audience or make money. There are some good alternatives. BitChute, for instance, Minds. You can upload your videos there. But Google, instead of saying to the advertisers, go pound sand, they turn on us. They turn on us. They blame us for things. They demonetize our videos. It's been better. Mind the allergies. I keep itching. But it's been better recently. Demonetization seemed to have been going down quite a bit because YouTube's kind of cleaning things up. But at a certain point, couldn't Google just say to any of these companies, here's what I would say. Here's exactly what I would say. If Coke or any of these companies came to me and said, we don't want, we're going to pull ads unless you make changes. I'd say, if you pull your ads right now, we will never allow you back on YouTube, period. Think about what that means. And you know what they would have said? They would have said, okay. If you terminate by threatening me, we will sever all contract with you and you will never be allowed, because they're a private platform, right? You know what that would mean for these big brands? See, they were threatening Google. And instead of calling their bluff, Google bends over backwards. Well, Facebook isn't having it. But I'm going to pause real quick to give a shout out to today's sponsor, BioTrust. Very simply, BioTrust is a collagen supplement. It's a vital protein your body needs. It helps with your ligaments, your skin, your nails, etc. Check out healthwithtim.com, or in the description below, you'll see the link, and you can get 51% off while supplies last. Full disclosure, I actually do use BioTrust. I have it right here. I showed this the last time I did a promo. It's got cat bites all over the top. I find that very funny, by the way, because apparently the cats like it. But look, I'll level with you. I'm a 34-year-old skateboarder, and I'm very concerned about my knees. So I'm definitely grateful that I can get something, a product like this, which will help keep my knees, my joints, skin, etc. healthy. If you want to learn more, check out healthwithtim.com. Again, 51% off while supplies last. But let's get back to the story. They'll be back. That's what he said. They'll be back. And he's right. He's calling their bluff. They're not going to abandon Facebook. Facebook is like half of all digital ad space. They're going to come back and be like, I'm sorry, can I have my ads again? And Mark's going to be like, I'm doubling your rate. And they're like, that's not fair. I don't care. Then go away, because we control the space. Now, mind you, there's still problems with that monopolistic power. Facebook saw $60 billion in market value erased in just 2 days earlier this week as major brands joined the boycott, but its shares have largely rebounded since then. I tell you what, man, I don't hold any stock in Facebook, but if I was a betting man, if I was wanted to own stock in Facebook, as soon as this happened, I'd have bought up. And a lot of people probably did, laughing, saying, are you dumb? You think you're going to pull your ads and that's going to affect Facebook? Nah. And now they made a lot of money off of it. In recent weeks, civil rights groups, including the NAACP, ADL, and Color of Change, called for advertisers to boycott Facebook following Zuckerberg's inaction on inflammatory posts by Donald Trump. More than 500 companies, including major brands such as Coke, Ford, Starbucks, Verizon, Adidas, Unilever, have pulled ads from the social media platform as part of the campaign. Not true. Fake news. Fake news. Coca-Cola, Verizon, and Starbucks, I believe, actually, and Unilever, I believe they all said, maybe not Verizon, they all said it was due to the polarization and had nothing to do with the boycott. They said they wouldn't put ads anywhere. So that's not true. On Friday, as the boycott gained steam, Facebook said it would attach labels to newsworthy posts from politicians that violated its hate speech policies, a significant reversal for the company. Facebook executives have also tried in multiple private discussions to address advertisers' concerns, but those talks ultimately broke down, with advertisers calling Facebook's efforts simply not moving, and the boycott's organizers demanding that Zuckerberg personally attend because he is the ultimate authority. Zuckerberg eventually agreed to meet with leaders of the NAACP, Color of Change, ADL. They say ADL twice for some reason. Oh, okay. ADL rep Todd Gutnick told Business Insider. Zuckerberg's comments Friday suggest he may have already made up his mind, and he seemed to hint that the boycott might actually be backfiring. If someone goes out there and threatens you to do something, that actually kind of puts you in a box where in some ways it's even harder to do what they want because now it looks like you're capitulating. And that sets up bad long-term incentives for others to do to you as well. Zuckerberg told employees, according to the information. In an email to Business Insider, a Facebook rep said, "We take these matters very seriously and respect the feedback from our partners. We're making real progress keeping hate speech off our platform, and we don't benefit from this kind of content. But as we've said, we make policy changes based on principles, not revenue pressures." If Facebook holds firm and refuses to give in, this could actually break the dam. Finally. You know why? These far-left organizations that organize these boycotts keep winning, and people keep getting scared. If Zuckerberg turns around and says, enough, and they lose, people will see their weakness. What's the saying? When you make God bleed, their blood will be in the water and the sharks will come, and people will cease to believe in him. I think that was Ivan Vanko from Iron Man 2. So they've come after Facebook, and he makes the good point. These are both juggernauts. They wanted to take a bite out of Facebook, and if Facebook bled, then all these organizations would see the blood in the water, and they would come for Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg's only choice was to say, no, we will not be bullied. And now these organizations, far-left organizations, the advertisers, are going to lose, and they'll look weak. They'll look defeated. And then other organizations will start standing up and saying, I refuse as well. If you don't want to advertise with us, that's your loss. It's going to backfire on these companies, man. They're not going to be able to, they got to put the money somewhere. At the end of every year, there's a major surge in ad revenue for digital, because a lot of these big marketing departments have money left over. They're trying to find ways to spend the money to boost marketing. If they're holding that money back at the end of the year, they're going to begrudgingly be like, spend it all. Aw, Mark Zuckerberg knows this. Why doesn't Google know this? Oh, you want to hold your ads back from us? We know that you dumped the remainder of your budgets on December, 31st or whatever, or the whole month of December. So how about you withhold as much money as you'd like, because come December, we're going to get it all back anyway. It's about time people start standing up to these outrage mobs, Zuckerberg included. Now, mind you, again, like I mentioned, he's still kind of trying to juggle because he doesn't know who's going to win. He's going back and forth between the left and the right. And it's fair to say that when you get a platform this big, both sides are going to make demands. Now, here's the issue, okay? When you have people come to you, Mark, and they say, just allow people to speak their minds. You've got people saying, let's have a neutral platform. People are going to argue, sure, give them the ability to block. Then you have the whiny children threatening to leave. Let them go. You cannot maintain a platform where you're like, I'm going to keep giving in to the crybabies because they'll never stop crying. Tell the crybabies to shut up and go away. The adults are talking. And then watch them come back and say, oh, be good. That's what needs to happen. Hopefully this is that message. I can't say for sure, but hey, I'll leave it there. Next segment will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Or perhaps you will just come hang out at the IRL podcast, which will be at 8 p.m. live, youtube.com/TimCastIRL. Either way, I will see you all next time.